Hello. Hope everything's going well. Tyler Bryden, very niche video here today. Something very interesting. If you were going to Burning Man, first of all, you go to Burning Man, it can feel like it's going smooth. Everything's gliding along. Everyone's got their tickets, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, something just happens and it falls apart. And I think that is what is happening, maybe not just for a couple of people or groups in our camp, but possibly to many camps who are going to Burning Man. And generally, what I'm talking about here is an RV rental place, Outdoorsy, which in the past has been a big promoter of Burning Man. And a lot of people who then go to Burning Man, first of all, they rent RVs at Burning Man. So that's one part to know. Otherwise, you're sleeping in a tent out there, and like a normal tent does not work. You need this heavy, hardcore tent, and even that I've heard is quite miserable from some people who have done it. And so people get their RVs. Lots of places where you can rent RVs from, but Outdoorsy's was a big one because first of all, they have a dedicated page to Burning Man, and they, in their insurance, have covered Burning Man. So a lot of people, including us, several members in our camp, used Outdoorsy to book their RV. Everything was handy dandy, fine and dandy, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, I think 2 days ago, I got this notice that at least one of our camp group members did, who rented an RV from Outdoorsy, got a notice that Outdoorsy had actually canceled the insurance coverage for Burning Man. And that meant that, first of all, their reservation had been canceled and that they needed to find a new RV for Burning Man, and relatively quickly, as we're, I think 38 days out from the event. And that put a state of shock. We heard that. They quickly sort of adjusted, found an RV in a very quick turnaround time, thanks to a wonderful leader in their group who sent a bunch of messages to everyone and figured it all out. And then we're like, hey, I wonder, we booked for Outdoorsy too. Are they going to cancel our reservation? And did a confirmation with the person who we rented from, and they said the same thing. So I don't have the confirmed information. I looked if there was some sort of press release or terms of service change that had come up that was maybe popped up in the last 24 hours or week. I didn't see anything, but obviously this has been impacted right away to RVs in our camp, and then I'm guessing this is actually hitting other people throughout. And so if you are on Outdoorsy and you're going to Burning Man 2022, you think you're great and set up for an RV and ready to go, I would definitely recommend checking with the person who you're renting from on Outdoorsy, because Burning Man seems like it is not covered in their insurance anymore. Now, a person who we did rent from originally did say that, and this created a lot of problems. This is a month in advance. There's not that much time. So not only did it create a problem for us as renters, it also created people who are actually renting out the RV now. They have a pretty big block towards the end of the summer here, which they thought was being paid for and that their RV was rented. Now that's not being rented, and most people, I'm guessing, have created their plans. If they're renting an RV, they probably already sort of planned that out and figured it out. And so there's a bunch of people who are going to have a couple weeks without any RVs, any of their RVs being rented. Maybe this is a good thing. From my experience, Burning Man is a hostile place to everyone, including RVs, and it just has this type of sand that seems to get in everywhere. And so you have to do a lot of work to clean out the RV after it's done. And I had that experience once, about to have that experience again. So it takes a very select group of people to, to actually move forward with renting out someone's van in there. So what we had to do is quickly adjust and find an RV that would allow us to do that. We chose to go and look at RVShare, and so I'll just share quickly what we're looking at. There we go. And I know my head's in the way. I apologize. You can see all that. What's really nice is you can type where you're heading from. Personally, we head from Salt Lake City, and then if you're looking for a drivable RV versus towable, so you've got that, and then you can click. This one looks very fancy, quite expensive. Yeah, probably not going in one like that, but you can see that the books it's available. This would be cool to have, and then you can request a book or you can ask the owner a question. And so that's what I did yesterday. Spammed a bunch of people with questions. Luckily, we had a sort of referral to someone who was a warm lead And within, I think, about 12 hours, we had a RV booked and we're back safely heading to Burning Man with an RV. So there are many other services. Maybe I'll drop a couple links in these resources, but we found the filter piece and then the RVShare as valuable. And so if you are having this problem, hopefully you can find that our RV for Burning Man and as quickly as possible, and don't jeopardize any sort of parts of your trip or end up, in a tent. And again, some people say that that's a lot of fun, but a lot of people say that is not the way to do, or not very fun version to it. Other thing is that the people who said that we rented from also gave us the option of, if can we find additional insurance that covers Burning Man, they would allow us to continue to rent the RV on Outdoorsy, even the fact that Burning Man hadn't covered it. So you needing to go and then find an alternate source of insurance to then make it to Burning Man. And that seemed like something like a viable option, but once we started to do the search, once we saw that RVShare was covering it, it made sense, and we just did a full refund on that and then switched over to get the RV from RVShare that was a very nice person who is allowing us to go to Burning Man and giving us some flexibility on pickup and delivery time. So that makes everyone very happy. I think we actually ended up in a better deal in a bigger RV. It allows us to house 2 more people, split the cost even more evenly among everyone, and make sure that we all have some nice space to relax and sleep, even if that sleep is minimal at Burning Man. So again, very niche topic here today. Apologize if this is not relevant to you or not the normal stuff, but this hit me. I was traumatized yesterday and had to fly into action, and luckily have great group members that I'm going with who we all work through this very quickly. And glad to be back on track. The flights are booked, the RV is taken care of, the Airbnbs are booked. A lot of the pieces are coming together as we get closer and closer to the event, and what's going to be an awesome time here at the end of summer. So I hope you are not affected by this, and if so, that you can confirm that you were affected, and if not, you maybe have a couple options using RVShare, or if I drop any other links in here to find the RV that you're looking for, get into Burning Man safely, have a great time. And I hope to see you out on the playa out in the desert. I would love that very much. So if you like this, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 da, da, da. Always love hearing from you, and appreciate everyone who checks out this content. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.